All right, bros, we got a new camera here, and we got some updates. So it is frigid cold outside, and there's no heat in this garage, so it is frigid cold in here too. But the show must go on. I have all of these parts that I'm excited to dive into and start putting in this car and making it happen, even though it's really freaking cold. But big news, we got parts. I've been stockpiling parts for this car and just kind of waiting for the right time to dive into installing them. And I'm super hyped to start sharing with you guys what I got. So without further ado, let's see how this works here. I got my parts bin over here. You guys are kind of far away if you're over there. Hold on. Ugh. I don't have a tripod, but I got a stack of boxes here that I can move. As you can see, here's my handy tripod. So here's my box of parts, and let's frickin' get into it. And my knife here. I don't know what this is, but it's from eBay. Thank you for packing this very well, whoever I bought this from. I'm through the first layer of bubble tape, and I still don't know what I have here. Trying to be very cautious now as I cut into this because I don't want to mess up whatever this is. All right, I can see something poking through here. I still do not know. Oh, I know what this is now. Comment down below if you know what this is. So, let's see. Let's further unwrap it. All right, anyone know now what this is? Honestly, I don't blame you if you don't, but at this point, you should know. So let's go take a look at where this is going to go. Ooh, it's actually warmer. It's warmer in this part of the garage because I have a little heater on the ground over there. But let's flip this. And you can see, so this is part of a bigger plan here with the interior of this car. Because as you can see, this is gray. This is gray. This is black. I don't know if I'm going to install this right now, but one of the plans I have is I'm not going to go full interior swap because I do love that this interior is gray. I think the majority of people would get an E39 like this and make it black. I've seen many E39s have black interior swaps, and I think it kind of ruins what this car is from this era. This is a late 90s, almost mid 90s, 97 first model year of the E39, and the gray and silver I think is so freaking 90s. Like, I just think that this is, take a look. Like, this is such a 90s interior. Like, gray headliner, gray. But based on that, you might ask yourself, then Tom, why did you get this black leather parking brake boot? So it's part of a bigger plan. I want the interior to have a little more black, not go full black, not go, interior swap, like changing out the seats for black ones. I want to keep the original essence of the car as a, follow me. Hold on. Will it work? There we go, active track. I want to keep the original essence of this car as a 90s car, which means silver, gray interior, kind of as it was intended, but I want things to feel a little bit more sporty, so I'm gonna be eventually pulling out the center console, painting it black, and then this will make sense. I'm also gonna paint the lower dash black, but then otherwise I think I'm gonna keep the rest of the interior gray. I just kind of wanna have that cockpit feel of like black, serious motorsport. Because right now it has sort of this mixed identity. This car has a mixed identity of being a luxury sedan, but then it's supercharged, lightweight wheels, suspension, stiffening components. Like it has this like mixed identity, and I want the interior to not entirely go motorsport, but I want this sort of sleeper sedan kind of vibe to it. Sort of like if BMW were to make a CSL M5 in 1997. Mind you, the E39 M5 didn't come out until like 01 or 02. So there was no M5 when this car came out, but I want to kind of make it into if BMW made an M5 in 97, if you get my drift. So two-tone interior, keeping some of the luxury feel, but really trying to go for this like motorsport luxury sedan vibe. Anyway, what were we even talking about? Parts, opening parts. What parts did you get, Tom? What parts are in here? Thank God. That was an aggressive cut. Thank God I did not cut through my buttons, my HVAC buttons. A little thing that goes a long way. I'll show you the interior later. We'll dive into it, but basically I've got some crusty HVAC buttons in there. Those have got to go. Likewise on the getting rid of crusty things. Getting rid of that crusty leather shift boot. That's also gotta go. Oh, what could this be? Let me know if you know what this one is. Get hype. Alrighty, bros. Here we go. We have here, again, in the effort to keep this thing looking fresh, just going with a brand new shift knob. Now, you might ask yourself, Tom, couldn't you just restore the original leather? Yes. Yes, I could. Yes, I very much could. But I tried restoring some leather, the steering wheel, and it just, I've spent a few hours on it, and it still looks like a crusty 30-year-old steering wheel. So I'm looking at this crusty old leather, this shift knob, this brand new one, $25. This, probably like another 20 bucks. Those HVAC buttons were like $12. If I can swap out those old parts for new ones and just get that instant gratification that it's done, it's brand new, and it feels great. So when I'm rowing through the frickin' gears, what else do we have? I think that's it for interior parts in this box. Okay, bro, you might be thinking, that's it? That's what you got in this video? That's all you're doing? Just a few little parts? No, sir. I got more. I got more right here. Mind you, there's a lot of parts in here. Not all of them I'm going to show right now, but here's probably the big, there's two big parts. There's two big things that I got that are going to really change this interior. Remember how I said the M5 came out in the 2000s and this is a 97? And I want this to be like if they made an M5 in 97, you know, first model year of the E39, they just came out swinging with a supercharged V8 with a 6-speed manual, 500 horsepower. I want that to be what this car is like. So in that vein, we have a brand new steering wheel. Not just any steering wheel. This is the steering wheel that came in the M5. So this is going to completely shift the interior of the car, in my opinion. The current steering wheel is much, for one, it's crusty. It's crusty, it's dusty, it looks 30 years old. But it also screams luxury sedan, where this is a performance steering wheel. This feels like a performance steering wheel. It's thicker. It has these things. It has these things up here where you wrap your thumb around them. The nub, the ribbed. That's what I'm talking about. That's the nice stuff. And from what I've read online, this is a direct swap. Because it's still an E39 steering wheel. It's really just plug and play. I hope it goes that way. So that's a big one. And then there's, if you thought that was it, if you thought this was the big thing, here's one more. Hold your horses, my brothers. Give me a second. Because what I've been using to mount you guys on is actually maybe the biggest part of this build. Can I get it in the shot? Will the camera let me? Let's see if I do this. Yes. If I remember, I'm gonna blur this part out. And you lucky ducks, you lucky dogs, I waited to unbox this until you guys were here. I waited to unbox this for you guys. Some of you might already know what this is. Some of you don't. No judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone. Well, let me explain to you, for those of you that don't know what this is. This is something very cool, very special, very unique. Look at that styrofoam. Oh man, I'm hype on this. This is a game changer for the interior. Now, you might think, oh, what's he doing? Putting an aftermarket stereo head unit in? No, sir. Sorry, that freaking metal's cold. That metal is so cold. This is designed to look and function like the interior refreshed M5 E39's head unit. So if you've ever been in an E39 M5, this head unit will look familiar, because this is basically it, except this one has all the modern technology. So I can have Apple CarPlay, Apple Maps, play my favorite music, all that kind of stuff. This thing is sick. And I think it's really going to, again, continue with that ethos that I'm really driving for here, of this being a motorsport first luxury sedan, and just kind of getting rid of that old crusty stereo, making it, tip top, top notch, OEM plus. I want it all to look like this could have came from the BMW factory, from those from like the M division at BMW. I want this car to be like if they made an M5 in '97. So here we are in the interior of the E39. This is exactly how I bought the car. Not bad, I wouldn't say. Not bad, but it's not great. And I think there's a lot that we can do to improve this. So might be hard to tell on the camera. I know the lighting is not perfect. Actually, you know what? I can fix the lighting. You guys chill. All right, that should be better. On the interior, here's the old shift knob. Now, it's not bad. It definitely looks worse for wear. This leather, crusty. And I've tried. I did some leather reek treatment on it. It just feels rough. It feels tough. It does not move easily. Same with this shift knob, just showing signs of wear. Does not look great. The buttons, not looking great. I know there's some split buttons on here. Yeah, that one's broken. So not a whole lot, but it's those little things that I think really make a big difference. And this steering wheel. Now, this steering wheel was rewrapped within the last decade. Let me give you guys. So this is what the interior looks like starting up. Now, I'm excited. Old BMW business CD, gone. These buttons all gonna be freshed up. The coolest thing about that Dynavin head unit is that it retains this orange look. So I think if I turn on, the lights, you see all this orange black backglow, which I think is gonna be absolutely so cool to have Apple CarPlay, but then still have all those buttons on either side of it with that original look. And like I said earlier, I think that painting all of this black and then painting this center console black, that's what's really going to give this thing that motorsport look. I'll keep door cards gray, seats gray. A lot of things in here are going to stay the exact same, but I think just painting those two things will give this that motorsport cockpit feel. Other potential things, I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts on this. If you're into that kind of thing, possibly going black here and black headliner. Kind of giving it that, like, let's flip you guys around. Kind of giving it that, like, black on top, gray on the bottom look. I think that'd be clean. I think that'd be clean and mean. Let me know what you guys think. Is it going too far? Should I not paint anything? Should I keep it all original? Mind you, this is this car is the exact same way, almost, as when Steve Dinan bought it and modified it in '97. So that's a big reason why I don't want to do too much. But do you think I'm going too far? You tell me, am I going too far?